World Wide Web, what's going on? My name is James. This is Drawing Customers, and in this video we're going to talk about the 5 things to look for in a business coach. Now, Drawing Customers has a little bit of thing going on here. We offer business coaching as well, but there's certainly hundreds, if not thousands, of business coaches out there. We want to help you find the right one. Whether it's us or someone else, by all means, you got to have some information under your belt. You don't want to get in a ring with a prize fighter when you're just an 80-pound, don't even know which way is right and which is left, right? Let's get some education, put some gloves on, have a knockout punch time. All right, thing 1. Does this coach hold you accountable? What I mean by accountable is the coach is going to give you some stuff to do, right? Because it can't just be like, hey, let's talk for an hour or whatever, and then you go back to business, don't do a thing, and you'll come back in a week or whatever, and they'll be like, okay, let's keep talking. You know what? Nothing's happened. Just keep paying me, right? Does that coach hold you accountable? The coach gives you some stuff to do. Do you do it? More importantly, or equally as important, if you don't do it and you go up to your coach and you're like, hey, man, I appreciate you meeting with me. I didn't do the stuff that we talked about last week. Now, coaches charge a lot of money, generally speaking, because they're worth it. You can grow your business in leaps and freaking bounds with the right coach. But the right coach has to keep you accountable, and you have to feel accountable to them. Essentially, you just need to be accountable to your coach. If you don't feel bad when you tell your coach, hey man, I didn't do my stuff, you know what? That coach is not right for you. Get a different one. 2 is how much do they really cost, and how much can they help you grow your business? Now that's a very, very vague thing to look for, right? Like some coaches are going to be like, hey man, I'm $500 a week, whatever, a few $100s a week, whatever, I'm a few grand a week. I mean, there's some coaches out there charging millions of dollars. And you got to figure out in your game plan, what is it realistically, what can I expect this coach to help me with? So let's just say this coach is going to cost you, let's say $1,000, $2,000 a month, right? Whatever, you know, mid-level coach, whatever. How much should you expect to grow from laying down $2,000 a month for this coach? You know, I would say that you should expect to grow at least 5 times that. We're talking $10K a month in profit. So that's money in your pocket, right? I will gladly trade $2,000 if you give me $10,000. I'll make that trade all the time. That's great. That's super awesome. As long as it's not over the course of 80 years or something like that. We're talking days, weeks, months, something like that. Something where it's a very high percentage in return. That's a huge freaking deal. 3, and we're getting into really important stuff now, is trust. Do you trust this coach? You know what? Here's a good test. When you ask the coach, hey, let's just say that we've been together for 3 months, right? We're just getting started. But I'm only doing about half the stuff that you're suggesting that I do because I got a lot of stuff going on with my business. You know, I got a coach because I'm busy and I need to free up some time. What happens to our coaching contract or whatever if I'm only doing half the stuff? And if they're not a very trustworthy person, or a coach, I should say, they're going to say something like this. Hey, you know, we'll just take it in stride. We'll see what we can do to improve, and we'll go little by little, and we'll improve on everything that we can. Blah, blah, freaking blah, blah. For a trustworthy coach to be like, hey man, if after 3 months you've only done half my stuff, one of 2 things is going on. Either I'm the wrong coach for you, you don't find me accountable, or you are just not willing to do the stuff and no amount of coaching of any kind will get you going. There's nothing we can do for you. So we're going to break it off. If after 3 months you're only doing half the stuff, it's not going to happen. Contract is over. We'll find someone else with a great business that we can help grow instead of that anchor that you got going on that you call a business. That's the kind of coach that you want. That, ironically, is the kind of coach that we are. If you don't do your stuff that we offer for you, we don't want you spreading bad names about us saying, oh, you know, I paid for them, but they didn't really grow my business. Leaving out the fact that you didn't do anything. So, we don't want you. Get out of here. We want someone that's willing to do the stuff that's necessary. Action is what you're looking for with the coach. What you're looking for is what to do, how to do it, when to do it, be accountable so that you actually get it done and you can have some fun doing it and get the success that you've been hoping for in your business. Otherwise, what are you getting a coach for? You just need a friend? There's cheaper friends out there. 4, and this is kind of a big deal, is experience. Now, I have met with some coaches that they make me laugh because they're charging some serious money here, right? But their experience in what it is that they're trying to coach you for is really limited. We're talking really limited. Like they're offering small business coaching, and outside of owning their coaching business, they really don't have a small business. So they're kind of like, maybe they help forest through the trees kind of thing. But in regards to really helping you with some of the information and experience that you need, something that only someone that has their own business that they're really powering through knows and can deal with, they've made some mistakes and all that jazz, only that experience can really help you learn. Only that experience can help teach you what mistakes to avoid and what good things to make, what'll bring success. There's a ton of coaches out there that get into coaching just for the sake of coaching. In the case of Draw In Customers, me and the team that we have, we all own a bunch of different businesses that it turns out we certainly make a lot of mistakes in, because you're not in business if you're not making mistakes. At any rate, you want to find that coach that has the experience. And we're not talking some like, hey, I worked in a Fortune 500 company for 20 years. Now I'm going to go coach small business. What do you know about small business when you're working in the corporate? You got your fancy stuff and fuddy-duddy. If your company had a private jet, chances are you weren't really helping a small business. So, small business, at least not a small business that needs any great coaching, right? Whatever. So, what I'm asking you to do is just check out the experience of this coach. You know what? Good or bad, just be aware of it, right? It's very possible they're a good coach when they don't have this experience, but could you have a better coach? I bet you could. You got to trust them. That's a huge factor. You're showing them all the facts and figures and information that you got going on in your business. You better trust them to not be just someone chasing after a dollar. And does the dollar that they're charging, does it really make sense? If there's some coaches going to charge you $1 million, $1 million. Let's just say they're charging $1 million a year, right? Is it fair to say that your business will grow to over $10 million in profit from hiring that coach? If that is the case, by all means, give them that $1 million. Back that truck up, because that's a great trade. If that's not the case, then maybe stop the truck. We need a different truck, just a smaller truck. Because you got to have something that's realistic, that's going to give you the return on your investment that you're hoping for. Make that clear with your coach right away. And get that accountability there. You got to feel accountable to your coach. Anyone that's ever had a coach in any sport or anything where they've had someone that they know they'll get in trouble with, or something bad will happen, maybe a scowl, maybe a slap, whatever it is, you got to be accountable to that person, especially a coach that you're laying down some crazy money with. So, these are just 5 things to look for with a business coach. I'd recommend you check out all 5. And by all means, check out more than one coach. Check them out, man. Personalities sometimes don't get along. You want to know about the personality and make sure that your personalities can coexist. They don't have to be mirrors of each other. In fact, it's probably better if they're not. But what you got to know is that your business can grow by you laying down the time and the money that this coach is asking you to invest. That's all there is to it, baby. Now, go out and get yourself a coach, because the art of good business is taking great action. Let's go.